Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in the Königsberg because we are on our way to getting the Tier 7 German cruiser. Now, as you guys saw in the very first video I posted on this thing, this ship is a monster. Now, some might argue that it's me. It's definitely not me. This ship is a monster. Because you're going to see me make a very, very stupid mistake that didn't need to be made, and the ship is still going to do what the ship does. And by what the ship does is this thing prints Krakens. This ship will get you a Kraken darn near every match. And it doesn't take a whole lot of effort. So this is third or fourth Kraken in this ship. So just a heads up, guys, this is going to be a Kraken. Who'd have thunk it? But anyway, yeah, so we start out, I look over, and my teammates are sailing away. Big surprise. I almost never have any teammates that decide that, hey, you know, we'll just stay here. No, they sail away because they're cowards. They're going to go join the whole rest of the team and do literally nothing over there, while I try, because I'm an idiot, to take on the entire enemy team solo. Now, I say that, and a lot of you are probably rolling your eyes going, yeah, right, you just... No! This is World of Warships. When you're solo, you take on the entire enemy team because they see you and they're like, hey, this guy's all by himself. Let's kill him! But luckily, we're in one of those ships that just doesn't care. It has so many good tools at its disposal. It's got hydroacoustic search. It's got spotter plane, or the fighter in World of Warships, but either way, it's got a plane to help see things. It's got great guns, good rate of fire, good armor piercing, good high explosive, and good torpedoes, and lots of them. So this thing is an absolute monster. Now this Congo seems to be by himself at the moment, and I'm like, you know what? Oh, never mind. He's not by himself. There's a Karlsruhe. Karlsruhe? Stop, Spartan. Just stop. Hey, it's an island! Crap. Now, what I was doing there is I'm trying to stay outside of the battleship's detection. I don't want him to see me until I want it, you know. There I fire my guns at him because I'm behind the mountain. He can't shoot me. And I immediately lose detection because he can no longer spot me. So, with that in mind, I start planning my approach because I'm looking at this battleship and he's sailing right to me. And there's a big island in the way. Now, here's a pro tip for you battleship folks. If you're going towards somebody you know has torpedoes and they're on the backside of an island, don't go around the island. It's a stupid plan. That being said, if you're the cruiser or the destroyer and you have an island between you and the person you plan on torping, get your torps out as quickly as possible because they're not going to see them until it's too late. They're going to come around the corner, they're going to sail right into them. But I don't do that. I wait until the last possible second because I'm using the island for as long as possible. I do not want him to move. I don't want to give him a chance to move. We're at 3 kilometers from him. I go ahead, start launching the torpedoes, get both salvos off, and like I said before, these torpedoes stay nice and tightly grouped. Then we start shooting at him because we're already detected, and we immediately start bow tanking. Now, what have I told you about cruisers versus battleships close range? Now, you can see those are very, very good, but unfortunately, he gets all of his shots away and manages to citadel the ever-living crap out of me while taking multiple torpedoes and dying. And we're already up to 55,000 damage, but we only have 3,300 health left. Now, it's not about how much health you got left. It's what you do with your health that you got left that matters, right? So, we've got our first kill. We managed to not die, which is hilariously possible, considering he literally citadeled me like 3 times right there, at least. Now, we've got the Karlsruhe that wasn't... I don't know what he's been paying attention to this whole time. Apparently, the destroyer decided to come back and help for a second, and then he decided against it. But we are starting to citadel this Karl, and unfortunately for him, it's not going to go well. He's in a Tier 3 cruiser versus me. Now, he is starting to unload his guns, and I'm starting to not do well because I unselected him for some reason. And you'll see that I fire a couple rounds at him while he wasn't selected. Now, yes, I can still hit him, but it's not as good as when you select him. You get much better dispersion and all of that. So, down he goes. But he managed to take about 1,000 hit points off of us with his high explosive in that short amount of time while we were running into the corpse of the guy that we just sunk with torpedoes. Oh look! It's an Arkansas! He has no health left. He just put out the fire. And so we're going to shoot some armor piercing because I was assuming that even at, at this range, I would be able to get a couple penetrations on this Arkansas, even though we only have 150mm guns. I was wrong. We don't get any penetrations on him, and instead we get a bunch of shatters or deflections or whatever, and so we go ahead and start loading our high explosive. Now, we have an entire armada off our rear. So I go ahead, think fast, and throw torps at a wide angle out there for anybody who's wanting to get close to me, and while that's being sent, I go ahead and try to finish off the Arkansas with some high explosive, and needless to say, down he goes. And now we're trying to avoid some rounds and trying to preserve what little health we do have left. And unfortunately, they are hitting a couple here and there. You get enough people shooting at you, eventually do get hit. And we get a torpedo hit on a guy, which caused flooding, which is awesome. And then we've got the Kuma out there. And come on, Spartan, you got 800 health left. Don't get hit. God darn it, he got me. But we got him. We got the Kuma, and we got torpedoes in the water, and we got the guy that's flooding. So in that short amount of time that we were alive, and again, this is not me making good moves. There was a lot of quick thinking there while I was being shot and trying not to die. Luckily, they were bad shots. Let's put that out there first of all. If they had any accuracy whatsoever, I would have been dead probably before I sank the Battleship, let alone the Kuma. But we did manage to sink both the Battleship and the Kuma, and now I get to watch my team as they try to throw a match. And even though sometimes people just, I don't know, you watch them and you wonder what they're thinking when they do things. And that's probably what people think sometimes when they watch me play. They're like, why would he do that? He knew he was alone, yet he decided to take on the entire enemy team. But we managed to flood kill the guy that we hit with torpedoes earlier, and get just a flesh wound, giving us 5 medals for the match, and the Kraken. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, am I right? So, yeah, gotta love it, man. The enemy, God darn it, I can't talk today. The enemy team has just 3 people left, and they're fighting 5. Surely they're not going to live long enough to get much done. Now, the destroyers are fighting one another, and they both launch torpedoes. However, our destroyer seems to have torpedoes, at least in the general direction of him, and sure enough, he does take him down, sparing the kamikaze's life for now. He has no engines, so he's just sitting here in a smokescreen, about to sail out of his smokescreen. But luckily, the next pulse of the smokescreen covers him again, and that leaves him with the ability to take on the cruiser from the distance, or from the concealment of his smokescreen. Because the smokescreen is between him and the cruiser, and he's already launched his first set of torpedoes. There's the second set, and he's like, you know what? This island looks nice and cozy. I'm just going to park here for a minute and hope that this guy doesn't see me. Now, he's at 6 kilometers, so that means he cannot possibly see you unless he threw up a plane or something and the plane just happened to fly close enough. But these torpedoes look very, very good. And indeed, he does catch him and manages to hit him and sink him with the flooding that he caused afterwards. And so what do we end up with, guys? I think it was a pretty solid game, considering how quick it went. And besides, that was my very first game of logging on today. And I was like, you know what, let's jump into Königsberg and see if we can't get to the tier 5 today. And sure enough, 102,000 damage, 7 torpedo hits, the Kraken unleashed, 5 kills. Not bad. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.